We are the chosen, which means we've been given a bed in heaven, guaranteed when we pass over. Okay, when we leave this physical body, they will do everything in their power to take that from us. When we pass over, we will go straight to heaven, which means their cycle that they've kept people in for decades will stop. The devil wants to keep us in this ongoing cycle of rebirth. And they'll do everything in their power to take that from us by way of coming to us through text messages and doing dark magic on us and stalking us. And when I was called by God, He brought me up and showed me around His beautiful palace. It's absolutely gorgeous, and the feeling, I can't describe the feeling. There's no heavenly word. Serenity, bliss. There's no word that can describe how this feeling is. It's so beautiful. And God's palace is so worth everything. I'm trying to explain the best way I can. The download I received this morning is they will do everything in their power by, they'll just text you like they're friendly people and they're not. They'll ask you for money saying that they're poor and they need this. And we as good people, genuine, true, authentic people, we've helped them. We have helped them. All the while they're doing magic on us to try and keep us in a low vibration, to try and attack our families, try and come through people around us, loved ones, family members, to keep us isolated and make us feel alone. So all the while you're just, going through life and trying to survive through life, they're coming through your family members and you feel like, they're making you feel like your family members are the ones who are attacking you. No. It's these wicked, nasty people that are conjuring up different deities, demons and dark spirits to come through your family so that they can attack you and keep you isolated. That's what they're doing. And then you have readers up on here telling you, oh, it was your cousin, oh, it was your mother, oh, it was your child, it was this. No. For they know not what they do, God said. For they know not what they do. They're vessels. Your loved ones, they're being used as vessels to attack you so that you're isolated and they can get you alone, to take from you what God has given. God has given you a gift. When I was in heaven, God told me who I am. He picked me up. The Holy Spirit picked me up and put a big light in me, a golden light in my chest. I didn't know the full extent of what that meant for me. He then showed me around heaven and told me everything I needed to know about sacred geometry and how things work. He told me all the big things, not the little details. So when I was coming back down into my body, a reptilian tried to stop me from getting back in. But I made it. I made it back in. I couldn't walk for 8 months after that. For 8 months I couldn't walk. I was weak. I couldn't think. I couldn't talk. I couldn't put a sentence together. I couldn't look after my kids. I couldn't be a mother. I couldn't be a wife. I couldn't do anything. I was doomed for failure. But because I persevered, I was okay. Then came the touches, subtle touches on me back, like a human being touching you, but there's nothing there. I actually thought there was something growing on me, but there wasn't. Then when I said, okay, are you my spirit guides? Then they start touching me even more, back rubs and stuff like that. I wasn't afraid. I wasn't afraid. Then came the other touches on the head, each side, left and right, on the legs, on the body, on the crown. All kind of tingly touches. Then came the family members all projecting towards me and hating me, because when something like that happens to you, you're crying uncontrollably. When you realise God is real, when you're shown God is real, you cry and you cry and you cry. The reason why that happened to me is because I fell to my knees. I fell and I prayed to God. I was going through a very hard time and I had pains in my chest. I fell on my knees and I started praying to the angels, crying, praying to the angels and God. And that's why He brought me up. My mother came across from the dead and told me to stay in the light, stay in the bright. I didn't know what she meant. I didn't even know I could get messages from the other side. I didn't know. I've always been psychic somehow. I've always kind of had dreams that would come true and stuff like that, but I never knew who I was and what I was until God brought me up to heaven and sent me back down here. He told me to help the souls. I tried to figure out, how am I supposed to help the souls? What have I to do? How do I do that? Find a fallen angel, he told me. Give birth to God, help the souls. And for 4 years, that baffled me. That baffled me. So I was approached then by these people, from all walks of earth, from all over the world. And they were like, oh, you're so special. You are so special. Sorry, you can hear my dog snoring in the background. You are so special and you feel special and you feel like, with all these messages coming in from spirits, and then you're approached by people on your phone saying that you're special. You're like, how? And then you start to feel like a queen. You start to feel like a princess. Although God has already told you you're a queen and you're special, yeah? You've been made feel unspecial through your whole life. You've never kind of quite got that job you wanted. You've never, you've always been okay for money, but you've never had a lot of money. That kind of way. And you're looking at people that are bad and they have loads of money. But look, you're shown why that is. Because we're chosen. There are a lot of readers on here that will make you feel that, oh my God, you're rich and you're this and you're that. And people will think it's money. It's not money. You're rich because you have your bed in heaven. And all the evil ones want that from you. And the way they can take that from you is by these people coming in with text messages, okay? And they're saying that they're lost and they've no money and you're giving them money. And then they're doing that magic to keep you in a low vibration so that you're isolated. And then, as I said, they're coming through your family members to attack you. And then you think it's your family members. Then you're getting on YouTube looking at readings and they're saying it's this cousin, it's that cousin, it's your ma, it's your dad, all this kind of thing. And you actually feel they're the ones. No, it's the evil spirits coming through your family to attack you. Like I said before, to isolate you. So that when they come and text you, you feel like they're your only friends. You feel like that's all you have is them. They understand you. Yes, they understand you because they're the ones who's been doing this to you. They're the ones who've been keeping you isolated. So that when they text you and you say, okay, what is it you need? You need me to come to your country? And then they have sex with you, and then what are you going to do? You're fucked. You've given your soul. They don't even need you to physically come to the country. They just need your money. And by way of your money coming from your hands, your bank, into theirs, that's your energy you're giving away to them. And that's how they're open. That's an open door. That's how they're able to attack you. You know, they can attack you even when you open a text message to them. Don't you feel their energy when you're texting them? Don't you feel their energy? They try to block your energy from you. They can do that. They're doing all this dark spell work to try and keep this secret. To try and keep this from the chosen ones. So that they can't be saved. We are saved already. They're not. From all the dark shit they done. If we make it through this to the end, if we make it, they're in big trouble. Their darkness will end. And going forward for your family and your family lineage, this is how you can save them. Don't give in. And don't believe everything you hear on these tarot readings either. Now, I've been guided to do the cards. I've been guided. I can do them cards and I can help you to try and get some clarity. But I'm telling you, by the way I'm speaking, I can see through them cards. I can see exactly what's going on here. It's not our people, our family. It's them fuckers that's doing this. I'm sorry for cursing. Excuse me. It's them that's doing this. These dark people that are conjuring up these evil things that have been sleeping for decades and now have been awoken by these greedy dark souls. They're messing with deities and spirits, dark spirits, conjuring them up, promising the innocent chosen souls to these deities. And I tell you one thing, if they don't pay up, they're gone. And if we're clever and we keep ourselves safe and have compassion for our families, because it's not them, guys. It's not our families that are doing this. It's them putting the spirits through our family to attack you. We need to try and be strong and be brave. Oh my God, the flying monkeys all over this internet. The flying monkeys. They're everywhere and they're in the thousands. But who have we got, guys? Who have we got? We have God. We have the angels. We have all of them. They all work for our Father. They don't know that. They're in denial. They think they're going to get away with conjuring up these sleeping demons. They're not going to get away with this. They've dug their grave for them and their family lineage. We're not going to do that. We're going to talk to God on the daily. We're going to fill him in about what's going on. He knows what's going on. But once we're talking to God, that means we're still connected to God because he gave us free will. This is the ultimate test. We have been brought up to God. We've been brought up to heaven, right? Think about it. He has given us an option. He has given us gifts, sent us down here with these gifts so we can protect ourselves against these things, right? And these evil people. So if we continue to talk to God and to hold our virtue, guys, is it going to be approached? Is that going to be approached by these evil people, right? Showing you God knows what. They show you everything. They're going to try and tease you. They're going to try and tempt you. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Even in your bed, even when you're sitting on your chair, you feel like I feel like I can feel them when I'm sitting down. I can feel them. Like they're sitting on my chair with their legs crossed, chilling, watching me all the time. I can feel them. It's like a being that's invisible sitting there. And I sit on on it, like I can feel it on my leg or whatever. And I'm like, excuse me, sorry, I'm sitting on you or whatever. But like, this is how visible and physical these things are, like these beings. But when they find out, like they're hanging around for air souls, okay? They think they're going to get it. It's in the bag, you know? But when they figure out that they're not going to get it, well, then these beings are going to go back to whoever conjured them up and they're going to take their soul and whoop their ass. And I wouldn't mind. They just keep you in the dark all the time. They try to, pretend they're your best friend and what have you got. And these are strangers. Think about it. They're strangers. These are strangers. We don't know these people. But we feel a connection with them somehow. Whereas nobody else around us, our physical reality, understands what we're going through. But we feel like these people. And that's why I feel that there come to me spells before they text you. There come to me spells, isn't it? Then we'll feel like we have to open that text. Do you know what I mean? Listen, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just trying to tell you some of my experience. Some of my experience. They have stopped me coming on here for like ages. I've come on bits and bobs here and there, as you will see on my page. They continuously try to stop me. They continuously attack me. They continuously molest me while I'm in bed, while I'm going around my daily duties, while I'm doing whatever I can do in my life without them, trying to keep me in bed, trying to keep me stuck. They caused a car crash on me there 6 weeks ago. They caused a car crash. They tried to kill me again. That was the first physical attack. But the other attacks is trying to hold me, squeeze me heart and, stop me heart. Stuff like that. They're the other attacks that they've done to try and kill me. They have put demons on top of my head and pushed it down so hard. They have caused major pain in my body, major problems in my body, my stomach, to block my sacral chakra, my root chakra to be blocked, cock blocking, which doesn't make no odds to me because I have listened to God when God told me not to have sex. I'm not having sex. I didn't know why He told me not to do that. But I had to learn why. I understand why. God said He will come when the water rises. When the water rises is when all of these just keep coming and you're sick of it. You've had enough. And you're just going to push past everything they're trying to do and trying to stop you. To tell the chosen ones what exactly is going on here. This is a multi-million-dollar enterprise for the evil fuckers. Multi-million dollars. They have the chosen ones getting cards and all so that we can cope and function and see what these feckers are up to. Not to mention the trafficking that's going on, the human trafficking for sex. That's what they do. They're targeting pretty women like us in a spiritual way so that they isolate us and they can get us to come to them and do whatever with us. Girls and guys, please be careful. This is what they're doing through these text messages. And even without, I remember feeling the same attacks before they even approached me, before God even called me for reincarnation. I remember they were attacking me all through my life. Since birth. I was premature. I was in the hospital for 1.5 years, nearly died. They tried to kill me with cot death as well. I remember them coming to me when I was in my cot. I was so afraid. I remember a dark figure sitting on a chair all night when I was 10 years old. Lucid dreams, things like that. They played on me something terrible. And when God woke me and told me everything, it was horrible. God wakes you, God tells you everything right, but then the evil ones come in and try and give you a load of messages at once, and they suck you dry. They come in, it's like, what happened to me was, when I came back down here, as you know, I told you, I couldn't do anything for 8 months. They were all sucking on me. It was like a load of demons with straws sticking in my head and trying to suck out the energy. That's what it felt like. Now I know that's what it was, basically. In other words, all demons, all moths to a flame. You know, they see a flame and they come, they're like, oh my God, that's so pretty. Oh, give me some, give me some, give me some. Many of them on me. I couldn't even function. And then I'd have one of them coming in texting me, oh, how are you today? You know, how was your sleep last night? That's their major thing. In other words, translation, did my spell work last night on you? How did you sleep last night? How was your night? Is in translation, did my spell work on you last night? They have been attacking me constantly for 4 years. Constantly, no break. I had no idea. I just kept thinking to myself, what's wrong? What's wrong? Why is this happening? I've never done anything wrong on anybody in my life. What's going on? And, I have not done anything wrong on anyone. I'm innocent. I'm good. Why is this happening? Yes, it's an honour I met God. Are these all angels? Are these all, demons contacting me? I've been back and forth in my brain. Are these ascended masters, they call themselves? Ascended masters? No, they're not ascended. Only if they take from us our soul, that's when they can get our bed in heaven and try and transfer that for us to go the other way. This is an ongoing thing that's been going on for centuries. These people have been doing magic for centuries so that they can get richer and richer and richer, while stealing from the chosen ones, taking our energy, because our energy is so abundant. And they're trying to make sure that we cannot tap into our own energy so that we can be comfortable. They need our energy for these rituals that they're doing so that it will work, because the deities will only answer the pure-hearted, the pure energy of the chosen. They're coming in to steal your energy, take it from you, so they can go to that deity and they can get what they want of that deity while you suffer. Do you understand? I have tried to reach out to you a few times because we're all in this boat together. We're all trying to survive. And I've asked God last night, I said, God, how do you want me to come and approach these people? How can I approach the chosen? How can I help the chosen? You've asked me to help the souls. How can I do this? Can you please guide me? What do I say? How do I help them? And here I am today, talking to you. God has answered me again. God loves us. God loves us. All these fallen angels are trying to mess us up. They're trying to take our soul so that they can ascend, so that they can go up and be like, hey, God, it's me. You know, I've been good. This is me. I've been good down on earth. No. No. They have been sent down here for a reason. And they have not been good while here. They have not been good. They have caused chaos. And they're still trying to cause chaos. Through Trump and through all the rest of them. They all know. That's what God said. They all know. God also told me when I was up there, there has been many people, all right, that have been shown by God who God is and that God is real. They have run around and told everybody, just out straight, told everybody, and they were locked up because the authorities knew. They knew that the more people that listen to this, the more people will awaken. Now, those people have been targeted then and isolated by these beings, right? Because the government knows that they know. So the government will send these neurological energy weapons towards that person so that they go so low vibing in themselves, they'll start taking drugs, they'll start drinking. Who's going to listen then? They'll say, oh, they're bippy, they're crazy. Lock them up. You know, this has happened to generations, to our ancestors. Then also, you remember the witches. This is what God told me now about the witches. The good white witches, good witches, okay, that play around with little herbs and things and that love nature and try to kind of connect with nature and stuff like that. Just that's it. And to help somebody, by herbal medicine, stuff like that. That's good. That's a white witch. That's a good witch. They have all been hung. They have all been targeted and heartbroken. And the heartbroken ones get so nasty and evil. They start projecting their shit onto ones that are still white and still bright. Because they're jealous. Because they fell into the darkness. But they have a choice to turn that around. They have a choice. Is all have a choice. Turn it around or stay gone. Because when shit hits the fan, you're all going to be in trouble. You can't keep projecting this stuff onto the chosen. This has been going on for decades, gang. This has been going on through your ancestors. Your ancestors are screaming at you. Please save your lineage. Please save your family. Save our family lineage. All of my ancestors, most of them, on, I'm not going to say which side it's on, they have fell down with drugs, drink, sex addictions, all kind of addictions. And I felt like I was the black sheep. How come? I'm not saying I'm lily white. I'm not lily white. I'm not perfect. I was an occasional drinker before I was chosen. Before I was awoken, I was an occasional drinker. I was only like for occasions and stuff like that. But I never took drugs. I'm afraid of drugs. I've never took drugs. As well, drinking. I don't drink, and I don't have sex. So they can't. They can't play with me. They can't tell me or anyone else, oh, she's on drugs or she's drinking and she's, a lady in the night or anything like that. They can't say none of that about me, you see, because I'm the oddball. I'm the one that doesn't do that and will not fall into that. I will not fall into that. I will not let my ancestors down. I will not let God down. You cannot take my soul. You cannot take my soul. You have not got my permission or God's permission to take my soul. God owns my soul. God, Father, the Most High, owns my soul. I am light. We are light. They cannot do this to us. All of those poor people that were locked up and injected and everything else and done experiments on as well, not to mention the other stuff that's going on in the world, like by way of beings that are being hidden and the government knowing about it and everything else, and they just know, they all know. God said they all know. They all know. And they're all doing it for their own personal greed gain so that they can get away with all the dirt they're doing to innocent people. People that just want to be happy and live their lives. They're all getting away with it. But they won't. They won't get away with this. This is where it ends. It's going to end. Okay? Because this generation of chosen ones are strong. We are strong. And we're going to do this. We're going to fight this by keeping our virtue and by not signing any contracts with anybody. Don't sign any contracts with anyone online you don't know. You don't know these people. Think about it. You know your children. If they were talking to a stranger online, what would you do? What would you do? Straight away. Who is that? Who is that? Get off that. Because I know that's what I'd be doing. But yeah, the dark magic they thrown into us. Well, I can say personally, I was answering these people and I was saying, oh, what's wrong? Are you okay? Oh my God, you're poor. I'll help you. But the more you help them, the more they take from you. And you know, God came in and said, Holy Spirit, don't talk to them. Stop talking to them. But I couldn't stop. I kept answering them. In my meditation, the Spirit came and said, don't talk to them. But I did. I don't know what it was. It's just like they were pulling me towards them. Pulling me towards them. And I found that when I stopped giving them money, I kind of thought to myself, because of the greed, I thought to myself, hang on for a minute. I'm leaving myself broke to give you money. And I tested them quite a few times. I said, okay, well, I've only got such and such to do, me and me children, but if I give you this, then I won't be able to feed them. They didn't give a shit. They said, okay, give it to me. Give it to me. And I said, listen, you are evil. You don't care. You just care about yourself. I could see it then. And then I prayed to God, and every time I prayed to God and every time I talked to my ancestors, the angels, beings of the highest life, white lights, the ancient ones, the higher beings, the universe, the sun, the sea, the moon, the stars, nature, earth, and all living things. These are all that called me. Every time I spoke to them, they would show me. They would give me a sign, show me. They would come to me in meditation by way of dreams, by way of meditation, by way of visions. Directly through me last night I said, dear God, dear spirit guides, dear higher beings, dear ancestors, for the good of me and of all, come through my vessel, take over my vessel so that I can do right by the chosen, so that I can do my job and my duty to save them, save the souls. We need to save the souls by not giving way to these dark people. They are like, it's like they went to school to learn how to manipulate. They were all pulled together and taught how to manipulate the hind legs off a donkey. And you know, the more advanced you get, the more awakened you get, the more advanced you get, the more you go up, the more they go up with you, and the more they know what they need to say to catch up with where you're at. They just know what to say. They know how to get around you. But it's a pattern. So if you look back, make sure you hold all that. It's all paper trail. Hold it all, like I did. When you look back on how these people talk, how they approach you, you start to know which deity you're dealing with. You start to know which one, which sign you're dealing with. And in your body, you know. Like, let's say if you're weeing a lot, okay, you're dealing with a Pisces, a water sign. If you're crying a lot, you're dealing with a Cancer, because they cry. Sorry, no offense, Cancer. You're dealing with a fire sign, you're feeling fire all over you.